Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center, side of tonight's exciting Division I ACHA matchup between the Maryville Saints and the Lindenwood Lions. I'm Todd Panula alongside Andrew Marsh, and we're here to bring you all of tonight's exciting action. And it's game number 2 of 2023 for the Saints. They picked up the win last night, Marshy. A pretty good overall performance. A few hiccups here or there, but ultimately you get the win to start the second semester.
Yeah, it was a great start to the second semester, like you just said, especially with how things were going for the Saints in the back half of the 2022 campaign. But last night we saw a ton of resiliency from this team. Whenever Lindenwood would score, they would bounce right back and put one in the back of the net. So we saw a bunch of really pretty goals and a lot of gritty goals in front of the net, and I expect to see something similar tonight.
Now, we talked about it a little bit at the end of last night, coming into tonight, and basically the entire first half of the season, one of the things that Coach Lang has been preaching to his team is stay consistent, stay within your system, play the same way game in and game out. Obviously, the results kind of show they haven't been able to do that. Turning the page now with this win coming against Lindenwood, they obviously want to try to do that here and get another win and get things rolling in the second half.
Yeah, the second half is a fresh start for this team. You get a chance in the holiday break to essentially reset, recharge the batteries, and just get back to hockey now that things are back in swing here in the second half. And I would have to assume that they're going to want to come out with that same intensity that they did last night, and hopefully we see that tonight so they can get the sweep.
So last night it was Sawyer Duncan in between the pipes. The starting goaltender for tonight is going to be Caitlin Cadrain as she looks to pick up a win in her first time out during this season. And anytime a goaltender gets their first start after a long break, they're going to want to shake off the cobwebs, see a few shots, kind of get comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to go too long without seeing a ton of shots. We saw last night Sawyer Duncan made some big saves. Hopefully we see some of the same tonight. And actually, hopefully she doesn't have to make too many great saves because that means Lindenwood's getting their opportunities.
So we'll step aside for a brief moment. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups and the puck drop. It's the Lindenwood Lions against your Maryville Saints right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
I think the thing I love most about going back to St. Louis are the people.
Every time I come back, there's something new.
There's so much of the city that I have yet to explore.
From Six Flags to the Science Center.
Ted Drew's.
Hey, and what about the sports? Come on.
You have to get to a Cardinals game. You have to get to a Blues game.
I mean, you have to see the Arch if you go to St. Louis.
It is Instagram bait.
St. Lou is home. It's my home.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
This is my calling, where I was always meant to be. And everything I've worked for, everything my team has worked for. Every practice, every drill has led me here. When the lights go up and we hit that ice, it's all about that one perfect moment. Because this is our calling.
Just about set to drop the puck on game number 2 of this weekend series between the Lindenwood Lions and the Maryville Saints. Your starting lineup for the hometown Maryville Saints this evening. It's going to be a forward line of Emily Toole, Elle Rutherford, and Sophie Brennan. Back on the defensive side, it is going to be Paige Dawson and Morgan McGowan. And in between the pipes, as we mentioned, Caitlin Cadrain. Your starting goaltender for Lindenwood is going to be Emily McDonald. Getting the puck off the draw. Maryville serves it off the Dashers in front of their own bench, and now we've got a mix-up between Rutherford and Harishko.
I think the cages on their helmets were tangled up with one another. That might have happened right off the face-off, too.
Yeah, they were basically still at center ice, hadn't moved anywhere. Referee finally noticed it, had to blow it dead, so we'll have a neutral zone draw. 16 seconds in. McGowan flips one towards goal, waffle boarded down by McDonald. Lindenwood had a chance to take control of it, couldn't knock it down cleanly. Arishko left it for Antonio. She tries to serve it around the boards, but Maryville got a stick to it. Lions have it right around the goal line. Served off the boards. Harishko tries to chase it down, but that's going to be called for a stoppage with 19:16 left to go.
Yeah, right around that M at the Maryville University sign, right next to the sin bin of Lindenwood. Just a few feet away from getting the line, so a good opportunity for Maryville as they have an offensive zone face-off here early in this first period.
So the Lions forced to keep their line out there. Maryville has a fresh lineup for themselves. Brooks takes it off the draw, sweeps it in behind the net. Poisson is there looking for Johnson out in front. Poked at and kept alive as Kelso got it. Tried to put it into the middle. That was picked off. Antonio fires it around as the Lions go off for a change. Gerwitz tipped it over the line. Wrong side of the red line, but Poisson chased it down. Put it out in front. Nobody home though for Maryville. So they'll have to track it down back in their own end. Poisson just sauces one in as both teams finishing off line changes. Teague to Shatford. Picked off on the rink-wide pass. Dropped off and now over the shot. Score! Olivia O'Brien went to the blocker's side, and it's 1-0 Maryville.
Yeah, that puck just laying there right in the slot. What a start for the Saints here early in the first period. It's exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Tommy Lang. And they're getting right back at where they were last night. Very energized here on this Saturday night.
So O'Brien scores at 1:35 to take the lead. It's the second game in a row now that the Maryville Saints have managed to jump on top. It was O'Leary to get the opener last night. Rutherford dishes in behind. Kallheimer is there. Left it for St. Louis, but it's tied up. Loose along the side of the goal. Paddled away by the goaltender. Gerwitz tried to take a shot. That actually had to be blockered down as the rainbow shot came close to goal. And behind the net, Kallheimer pirouettes around, but was dispossessed by Teague. She can't clear the zone. Good hold in by Gerwitz. Just slides past St. Louis. Asplund had an opportunity to send it up the wall, instead tried to keep possession. Maryville takes it right back at the red line. Kallheimer will head off on a change after sending it in. 2:40 gone here in the period. Asplund with it at the red line. Good step up by McGowan to knock it away. Argaropoulos left it. Gets it back right around the red line in a jousting match with Harishko. Antonio taps it around the boards, chases it down in behind the net, looking for somebody out in front. So just carry it all the way around. Carter serves it down low. Fuchs is there. Back out top to Carter. Maryville doing a good job to hold things around the perimeter. Now it gets into the middle. Backhand chance by Antonio, but it kind of slid away from her stick. Cadrain tapped it away, but there wasn't too much steam on that shot. Both teams changed the lines again. Fuchs tapped it out of the zone, but Gerwitz was there to send it right back in. Trying to escape on the far side. The Lions get it tied up. Loose along the circle. Johnson from her knees almost got it through the defenders. Would have been a nice pass as she had a player over on the left wing. Gerwitz chases it down, but no icing as it didn't cross all the lines. Sneaks past Brooks, but Poisson plays it into the zone. Teague was there to cut it off at the wall. Furbit goes rink wide. Poisson was hoping that there would be a penalty handed out as she felt she was hooked, but the referee says play on. Brooks on the off wing, coming in from the left side, sends one towards goal. Lions are able to clear it out of the zone, and again, it won't go quite far enough for icing. Maryville with a 1-0 lead. They are out shooting their opponent 4-1. Into the mixer, Rutherford had her stick held. Good defensive play by the back-checking Lions. Lindenwood comes in. They don't have numbers. Maryville's able to take possession. Fanning on the clearance, though. Asplund. Now there's a tumble in front. Tools looking around. Maryville's able to send it out. Cut off on the exit, and over skating was O'Leary. She's able to come back out of the attacking zone and gain possession for a moment. O'Leary with the interception, has to wait for her teammate to tag up, and then the poke check disrupted that entire offensive push. Here's O'Leary, scrapes it off the wall, stick handles past one, and then lost the puck. Regains it. Back to Gerwitz at the point. Shot on, and a big block there by Antonio, but she goes down in a tumble. Heads off to the bench. Keep an eye out to see if she comes out for her next shift. O'Leary and Cooper were both in on the forecheck after giving away the puck. Weren't able to hold it in. Lions have it, but all the way back in their defensive zone. 13:52 to go here in the first. Fresh off the bench, St. Louis was able to kick that puck away. Saints give it right back. Carter lobs it in. They're going to call this one an icing against the Saints, so the clock stops with 13:35.
Yeah, so after a quick start from Maryville, a lot of back and forth, not really seeing a ton of offense here in this first period. 4 shots for the Saints, so they're limiting the chances for Lindenwood as they only have 1 shot on net. So far so good for the Saints. Just keep up the pressure in the offensive zone.
Lions trying to get something set up on the offensive end. Right now it's tied up along the wall. Everybody putting a stick into it. Finally, Drost just kind of plops one towards goal. That was an easy stop for Cadrain. Doesn't look like they're going to count it as an official shot. Now here comes St. Louis to the forehand, to the backhand, and it just slid away. St. Louis is able to keep it alive. O'Brien drops it. Dawson flings it behind the net. St. Louis tried to tap it for Callhammer, but there was a defensive stick in the way. Lindenwood will lift that one out. Here comes Frank. Shot on and a high glove save by Cadrain to get herself into the action.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame show. Wanting to see some shots for Cadrain right there. A good opportunity for Frank as she beat the defense and went in with a nice shot, and good stop by Cadrain to get a face-off.
Lions win the draw. Dropped off by Cameron. Twisted around the boards. Furbit gets there first for Maryville. McBain was walled off. Teague puts a stick in there, as does Kaylee Keller. Referee's telling them to get it moving. Finally, it squirts loose. Cameron tried to fire one towards goal. That hit a stick and went wide. Argyropoulos comes up and ties up Asplund. Somebody lost a twig. That's the Maryville player. Good diving stab, though, from Gerwitz to pitchfork that one away. Keller had it go off the leg. That held it into the zone, but Lindenwood was going the wrong direction. Second poke opportunity from Argotopoulos, was able to jab that one loose. Maryville has it at their own blue line, trying to spring Johnson on the counter. Instead, it comes in for Harishko. And another good defensive stick from Gerwitz. Johnson plays it hard off the boards. Poisson continues it forward. Maryville's got numbers if they can get to it, but weren't able to outrace the defender. Johnson to the forehand, takes the shot from a bit of a tough angle, stopped by McDonald.
You never know with those shots from Johnson, as we saw last night, a weird angle shot. First goal for her coming back this year, and she's been everywhere this weekend.
Yeah, we saw a couple of tough angle goals. Johnson's was impressive enough, and then one of the Lindenwood goals late in the game was basically from the goal line and went straight in. Hassan trying to chase it down. Drost able to muscle her away from the puck. Saints dangling it at the blue line. Finally, they chip it into the corner. They'll go off for a line change. McGowan pinches in. Teague was able to knock it down in front. Centering pass. Found nobody in white, so that's going to escape the zone. McGowan with the cross corner dump in. Well, that was the intent anyway. One of the Lions got a piece of it on her way to the bench. A little bit of a seam here on the near wing for Rutherford. He's going to take the shot. It went off of Teague's skating wide. 10:20 to go here in the period. Fanning on the wrist shot was Manu Kelsall. Shatford overskated the puck. Just lobs one up towards the Maryville line. Seems like for both teams that initial burst of energy out of the gate has gone by the wayside. Now they're just kind of struggling a little bit. Halfway through the period, a little bit more actually. Brennan gains the red line, tried to dump it in. That was cut out. Frank comes back the other way, has it jabbed. O'Brien, the goal scorer, just pushes one on around, trying to get in on the forecheck. He's able to disrupt things. Lindenwood just kind of calmly plays it out into the neutral zone. Gerwitz a little bit slow to react there. Cameron came in hard on the forecheck. Lions drive it into the offensive zone again, trying to get some possession. Maryville's had the better of the puck control, but just the 1-goal lead and only 5 shots on goal. Carter comes into the zone and picks it off. Long shot from the blue line. Cadrain struggled with it initially, but Lindenwood didn't really have anybody there for the rebound. 8:50 to go in the period. O'Brien scored back 95 seconds into the game. Antonio, who is back out there after blocking that shot a couple minutes ago, trying to slide it off the wall. Carter with a long shot. That takes a deflection, but over the goal. And now we're going to have our first power play of the game, and it looks like it's going to be a holding call against Colleen O'Leary.
Yeah, O'Leary was all over Antonio as she was trying to protect the puck right above the circle. And so Lindenwood going to the power play for the first time tonight. But Maryville doing a good job at getting sticks in the lane and breaking up passes, poking pucks away, and sort of being, really good defensive so far here early in the first period.
So despite having 3 power plays yesterday, the Lions didn't score. Trying to tie this one up with the manpower advantage. Shot went just wide, kept alive by Harishko. Shatford takes it off the wall, shot right into the body, and Kelsall sends it out. .30 seconds gone, and the Maryville penalty kill. Hurwitz trying to chase it down in a foot race with Frank. He's able to body off the Maryville defender. Now Teague has it at the blue line. Comes over near side to Shatford. Kelsel disrupted it just enough. Harishko to Shatford. Return pass was knocked away, not out of the zone. Deflected one time off the side of the net. Shatford trying to wrap it around. In front, they hack and whack at it. Timing out is Cadrain, and finally the referee blows the whistle.
Big save right there. It was a big block initially. Lucky on the second attempt as it hit the side of the net. I wasn't sure if Cadrain was able to get back to that post, but she recovered the wraparound attempt, sprawls out in the blue paint, and makes the stop. We talked about it before the game started. Her seeing some shots and getting into this game early, and now the shots are all tied up at 5. Lindenwood, that was their best opportunity so far this game, and Cadrain slams the door shut.
A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. Goaltenders will take either one as long as the puck stays out of the back of the net. 50 seconds left on the power play. Shatford played it towards the back post, but nobody there. Trost, give it off to Wither, got it back, long shot in, blocker save. Shatford will carry around, now tries to scoop it in from the near side and hit the side of the cage again. She's not missing by much. Frank tied up by Johnson into the slot, intended for Harishko. Saints take control. Johnson couldn't get that to settle down initially, finally sent it down. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Brooks is going to tie it up just enough. One last push up the ice as Lindenwood comes in on the attack. Wither slows it down. Gave it off to Keller. She lost control of it. Now they're trying to spring the counterattack. Here's O'Leary through the wickets. In for Cooper. She puts it high, and that may have actually been turned aside by McDonald. Great opportunity for the Saints to take a 2-goal lead. But a big save made by the Lindenwood netminder. 6 minutes left in the period. Bilton drags it around the defender, puts on the brakes, comes back over towards the near corner. Teague heads back towards the blue line, trying to find a seam. It's shot up, bounces in the air, and that ends up just wide to the far side. In all alone is Toole as her teammates are changing. She thought about peeling it back and instead carries behind the net. That's going to allow them to set up the offensive zone off the side of the cage, this time for Kelsel. Toole picks up the least change. Brennan down to Kelsel. Kelsel the defender, but she's been playing very high in the offensive zone, or low I should say, depending on your point of view. Under 5 to go, and this will be an icing call against the Lions.
Yeah, activate the defense. That was a terrific shift. Of course, coming out of the penalty box, we saw Maryville with an opportunity off the rush. That's one of the best things after taking a penalty. You can only hope that someone can spring you from the defensive zone. You can go in on a breakaway. Not quite the case right there, but nevertheless, a good opportunity for the Saints. Trying to make it a 2-0 game, but we saw not only did they get that opportunity, but they stayed with it and created some offense in the Lindenwood zone.
4:35 left in the period. Johnson feathers one over towards the far half wall. A little bit lackadaisical, and that one just goes wide. Cadrain may have gotten just enough. One way or the other, it stays out. Saints are going to ice it. So for all their good play, Maryville's almost got caught napping on some of these passes out of the zone.
Yeah, and I've noticed that the wingers on the breakouts have been playing high in the zone, and they're waiting up towards the blue line. It's allowing the Lindenwood defense to jump in front of them and keep pucks in the zone.
Drost got that one through the trees. Cadrain had to turn it aside. Didn't have too much on it, but you never know when the goaltender sees it late. Frank stick handles, drops it off to the point. Drost flings it around. It's going to come all the way over here to the near corner. Picked up by Brooks. He gave it up at center ice as Wither was there. Drost crosses the red line. And that goes out of play. 3:45 to go here in the first. Saints lead on a O'Brien goal.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, how it seemed like there was a lot of energy in the first few minutes of this game. Then it kind of took a lull. There was a lull there for a little bit, and it seems like that energy's back on the ice right now.
Carter was able to get there before the speedy Callhammer. Long shot from Maryville, but well wide of the target. Callhammer in for St. Louis behind the net. She played it off the back of the cage. Callhammer's able to dig it out of the corner, but the referee was there as well as a defender, so not too much in the way of skating options. And here's O'Brien trying to punch it in from the angle. Save was made by McDonald and then off the glass and out of play.
Sounded like someone said from the bench, "Hey!" Looked like the coaching staff of Maryville was looking for a call down in the corner.
Yeah, I definitely heard the same thing, that the referee wasn't really having any of it.
Seems like this group here has let these women play a little bit from a physical standpoint. Lots of hooks and grabs and whatnot. Obviously, we saw one called earlier, and here's another call.
This time it's going to be the Saints heading to the power play. So it's going to be a holding call against Madison Teague this time.
As I say that, we get a penalty.
But to your point, well, now we've got a Maryville player that is still down right around the end wall. Went in awkwardly, so hopefully she's all right. To your point, though, Marcy, that is something that I've definitely noticed this year, especially in the first year of this program and even last year as well, that they were calling things very tight in terms of the body contact. You basically weren't allowed to hit anybody. Now they've kind of loosened that up, and you're still not allowed to, quote-unquote, check, but there's more body contact allowed. You can kind of go in and battle and throw a little bit of a body to try to gain position. So not a very good sign that, unfortunately, the player for Maryville is having to be helped off by her teammates.
I can't tell who that is quite yet.
Still didn't really see. I want to say that it's Elle Rutherford.
I believe so.
So, yeah, that's hopefully she's able to come back. She's kind of favoring that left leg.
Yeah,
so
looks like she's trying to stretch out her left leg, and she's a player who uses her speed, and she's quick. We saw that yesterday. She draws a lot of penalties because of that speed, so let's hope that she can recover here quickly.
Yeah, even when she's not able to get the goal scoring, she's a spark plug player. So Maryville on their first power play of the game. As they play tic-tac-toe around the edge, working that umbrella. Going to the far circle, Johnson, near circle, Poisson, straight away, Gerwitz, Poisson again on the near side, down low. Poisson trying to go towards the net. Gerwitz hammers it down. Callhammer has to settle it down in the corner. Gerwitz steps into it, but didn't have the shooting lane. Almost gave it away. Poisson stepped into one, but there was no shooting lane there, and it got blocked. Brennan picks up the loose change. Stick handles in behind the net. Backhand pass to Poisson, and that somehow went underneath her stick. And
I don't even know how that happened. It looked like it went through the stick.
That's what I was going to say.
The stick was on the ice.
It must have gone past the heel. That's the only thing I can think.
It was an optical illusion.
Here's St. Louis to Gerwitz in the high slot. Poisson on the circle. Gerwitz again, wrist shot, looking for the deflection. Instead, it's a rebound, but Brooks couldn't get either one on goal. St. Louis to Gerwitz. She'll take a wrister, score! Snuck it underneath the goaltender, and the Saints lead 2-0.
So the Saints capitalized on their power play opportunity, and Gerwitz had a few looks on that power play. First couple opportunities, not able to get the puck through, and she was being pressured up top, but that time she finds the seam, bodies in front, and that one went right off the post and in the back of the net, so a great shot, and the Saints continued where they left off last night.
Sounded like it went through clean. Didn't look like it took a redirection or anything, so Gerwitz scores on the power play at 18:23. First power play goal of this series for either team. Looking for an answer. Oh, and it nibbles off the blocker as Shatford is denied on the doorstep. Shatford again and a pad save. Teague holds it in. Now it's sprung loose. Breakaway attack for Colleen O'Leary. She keeps it to the backhand, drives the net, and the net looks like it's dislodged. There's no real shot available as McDonald got a poke check in. Now Teague comes in with the final minute of play here in the period.
Yeah, it looked like by the time she settled that puck down, she was sort of running out of space. And that's just a heads-up play by the netminder, McDonald, to poke check.
We get an icing call here against the Saints, so 40 seconds left in the period. But that definitely would have been the icing on the cake for this first period if Maryville had managed to get a third goal. The officials are discussing this, and they're going to say that it should not have been icing, so they'll have a center ice face-off. Kelsel taps it over to the far boards. Passan was walled off as Trust stepped up and made the play. Passan gets it in the officials' semicircle. McDonald out of the net to leave it. Carter picks it up, but Brooks was right on her. Arishko left it for Carter. Brooks got a piece of it again. Here's Gerwitz, takes a shot, stick save, rebound control as she put it over to the far wall. Saints trying to find that third one here before time elapses. They've got 4 seconds left. Gerwitz chopped at it, but that'll do it. 20 minutes are in the books. And the Saints have scored 2. O'Brien and Gerwitz are your goal scorers. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll talk things over in our first intermission report. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
That looks good.
From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
I think the thing I love most about going back to St. Louis are the people.
Every time I come back, there's something new.
There's so much of the city that I have yet to explore.
From Six Flags to the Science Center to the Loop.
Ted Drew's.
Hey, and what about the sports? Come on.
You have to get to a Cardinals game, you have to get to a Blues game.
I mean, you have to see the Arch if you go to St. Louis.
It is Instagram bait.
St. Lou is home. It's my home.
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extraordinary lengths to help our clients reach their unique financial goals. Whether launching a business, providing retirement planning for employees, or building a multi-generational legacy. At Moneta, whatever you cherish, we help protect it today, tomorrow, and into the future.
Learning in person or online? What works best for you? At Maryville, we let you decide. It's your education, your choice, giving you what you really want. The power of options to create a personalized university experience as unique as you are. Go to class, participate in campus activities, take advantage of student support services, face-to-face or through a screen. We've merged the best of both worlds to give you a university experience that fits your life. Finally, the choice is yours. College has changed for good. Maryville UX, the future of higher learning.
When you sign up for hockey, you sign up for the USA Hockey Experience. From your first strides to your first falls, while learning to love the best game on earth, we're there. From your favorite coach teaching you to love and respect the game, to the officials who are dedicated to keeping the ice fair and safe, we're there. For every celly in the corner, or big save in a shootout to win an overtime game at Nationals, we're there. As you develop on the ice and begin dreaming of wearing the red, white, and blue with a gold medal around your neck, we're there. And once the youth hockey experience comes to an end and you realize hockey is a sport that lasts a lifetime, we're there. Even if you're not sure there's a sport for you, we're there to make sure hockey is accessible for everyone. And as a hockey parent on this journey, we're there for you too. From your first drive to the rink and your first attempt at dressing your new hockey player, we're there. Whenever you're concerned about safety, both at and away at the rink, we're there. In the moment when you see your child grow into a young adult that you're so very proud of, we're there. Coaches, whether you're new to the sport and wanting to give back to your community, or an experienced bench boss striving to raise your hockey knowledge, we're there. And officials, from learning the rules of the game as a teenager to developing your skills into a lifelong passion, and for some, working the Olympic or Paralympic Games, we're there. When you join the USA Hockey Experience, the ice rink will become your second home. Your team will become your second family. Everything you want to achieve and more, every success and failure, we will be there to make sure that hockey is there for you.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
What you want, Lou Fuse has got it.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
Loufusc, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. RESPECT, get the respect that you need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used, and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
LOUFUSZ, treat you right for 70. LOUFUSZ, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
LOUFUSZ, where we treat you right, you'll see.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an Abstract Marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students. And we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reel, 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
I think the thing I love most about going back to St. Louis are the people.
Every time I come back, there's something new.
There's so much of the city that I have yet to explore.
From Six Flags to the Science Center to the Louvre.
Ted Drew's.
Hey, and what about the sports? Come on.
You have to get to a Cardinals game, you have to get to a Blues game.
I mean, you have to see the Arch if you go to St. Louis.
It is Instagram bait.
St. Lou is home. It's my home.
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extra.
So we're back underway here in the second period. The Maryville Saints lead the Lindenwood Lions by a score of 2-0. They outshot their opponent 12-6 and doubled up the scoreline as well. So a pretty good start in that first period for Maryville overall. They're trying to triple the lead, and a good save made on the doorstep. Maryville came very close to putting a third one. If they could have just snuck that just a little bit over the stick and through the 5-hole, but a good save made by McDonald. Lions look like they're going to ice the puck. So the clock stops with 19:22. So right out of the gate, Marshy, Maryville almost getting a third goal.
Yes, sticking to the plan and doing what they have done all weekend, coming out hot with the energy and wanting to put more in the back of the net. I mean, we saw a few opportunities towards the end of that period, a breakaway opportunity that they couldn't capitalize on, so of course they want to keep at it.
45 seconds gone here in the period. Brooks spins one back down below the goal line, trying to bank it off the goaltender. Not a bad idea there from Sidney Poisson. Poisson, one of the leading goal scorers for the Maryville Saints. Did have one last night. It was the final goal of the game. Antonio trying to get back onto the forehand, ran right into Gerwitz. Johnson is there. Antonio takes it right back. Drost gets it on the near point off the shin pad of Poisson. Gerwitz plays it hard off the boards. Poisson was taken out from behind. Brooks lobs one over to the far side. Nobody there for Maryville. Both teams going to do a partial change here. Milton kept it in the zone, and then it spiked out as O'Leary got it up towards the Lindenwood line. Just past Kelsel. So Cadrain not wanting to take any chances, as there was a player kind of on Kelsel's back, so she'll freeze it up. 18:04 to go here in the second. Lions win the draw, wrap it around from the goal line corner. Frank gave it up. Wither played it right into Cooper, and the Saints are able to slam it down. No icing this time. O'Leary trying to gain possession on the forecheck. O'Brien comes in. Actually took it away from her teammate. Cooper, Wither able to sidestep her. Saints had to be careful there as they were trying to do a line change with the puck going right near their bench. Tied up along the near wall. And Brennan able to do a two-hand shove to move the pile. Puck came loose in the process. Furbit had it just sneak past her. Dawson cuts back over towards the far wing. Too hot for Callhammer. Dawson comes back to clean up that mess. Saints are in the offensive zone. St. Louis played it right into the skates, trying to jab it in right on the doorstep. Instead, the Lions are able to take control. Maryville doing a pretty good job, though, of keeping the pressure on, not allowing Lindenwood to have any room to skate. No icing here, so Johnson's all the way back to pick it up. Up the near wall, Argyropoulos sauces it up towards the blue line, but not on the right angle to get it to McBain. Second opportunity, Toole comes in on the offensive end, catches up to that loose puck. Argyropoulos is in there as well. It's played off the back of the goal, punched over to the far wall. Saints get it back to the point. McBain down low, feeds it off the corner wall. Argyropoulos in front, all the way out. Gerwitz with a shot. It took a deflection in front. The defender was down,
Puck
as is the
loose.
goaltender. They're kicking at it. The referee knew it was loose and wisely didn't blow the whistle. And then a shot from Gerwitz from the right circle goes wide. McBain hits the brakes in behind the net, trying to find somebody out in front. Plays it off the dashers. McGowan taps it back. Cameron got a piece of it, but McBain on it again, Gerwitz, too hot. Johnson was right there. McBain couldn't quite get the stick to that puck. Poisson comes in from the backside, was able to separate it from Keller. She stood up by Drost right along the line. Gives her a little bit of a push for her trouble. 5 minutes in, here in the second period. Dawson with a good step up. She's got Johnson in the middle, but as she went back to the forehand, the defensive stick came in. A wild pass out in front. Too many Lions were there. Here comes Frank, and she's got space in front. Frank back to the backhand, and she scores! There was just a little bit of space there between the goaltender and the post, and Frank was able to slide it in, cutting the lead in half.
That was a perfect pass on the exit out of the zone. It seemed like just like a little area pass, knowing that Frank had the speed flying up the wing. And she took it to the net, went to the backhand, and cut this lead in half, 2-1. So it seemed like Maryville had all of the momentum through the first period and the first 5.5 minutes here in the second, but seems like that's all changed now.
It didn't seem like they quite realized the situation there. They had two defenders sort of back, but they were caught flat-footed, and Frank just burst into the zone past them.
Yeah, it looked like she put the afterburners on us once she hit the red line.
So the goal comes at 5:21. Cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Maryville still in charge, but the lead a little more precarious. Good tap in by the Lions to avoid an icing call. Saints will come out of their own zone. Cooper puts it into the middle. O'Brien into the zone. Nobody was on the far wing, though. Maryville trying a piecemeal line change. Lions come in. Here's Antonio. Don't want to leave her by herself. Stick save made. Puck high off the window. Lions have a little bit of life now. The shot from Drost was knocked down. Gerwitz just slides it up the wall. Drost got a piece of it. Lions have it back in their own zone. Fuchs bumped off as Toole was there. Brennan's able to take the body check and keep control of the puck. Saints try to reverse it back to the near side. McGowan will get to it along the far boards. That shot got all the way through, and Drost will just leave it for her goaltender to cover up.
So this is the response that you want to see out of the Saints. Get some offensive zone time, get shots on net. It's crazy how you can see momentum change with just one goal, even though you're still up by one right now, and you've outplayed the Lions for the majority of this game. Like you said, Lindenwood starting to get their feet under him here in the second.
Yeah, sometimes as broadcasters we rely on cliches, but to your point, I don't think it's happening in this game yet, but that old phrase, hanging on by your fingernails, sometimes you literally can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Saints are able to hold it in on the offensive end as St. Louis just pushed one into the corner. Saints trying to get a little bit of pressure, though, as the Lions have control of the puck. O'Brien comes over, got a piece of it, kept in the zone once again by McGowan, and she's been very solid over on the blue line with these offensive zone hold-ins.
Yeah, Maryville, in general, the defense are doing a good job pinching in and keeping pucks alive.
Referee yelling out. Finally, the puck comes loose. Funny how that always seems to work. McGowan again at the blue line. Pushes one off the boards. Good knockdown. Good hand-eye coordination from O'Brien. McGowan with a little bit of a shot. That got all the way through, but wide by a couple feet. Settled down by Wither as she's trying to give her team a breather. They've been hemmed into their zone for a good 90 seconds. They had Bilton up the ice. The Saints were able to take away the passing lane. Teague trying to one-hand it out of the zone, left it along the boards. Frank has it, able to just work it past Cooper. Gerwitz pushes it right back in. Saints touch up. It's loose at center, and now here comes Drost. Tried to get it back to the forehand, and the puck slipped away. Cooper trying to find a little bit of a seam here on the near side, but the puck was too quick for her. Knocked down by Gerwitz with the skate. Kelsel at the red line, and they're going to say that she did not gain it. A lot of times you'll see the linesman give them a little bit of a leeway there, but not in this instance.
Yeah, I think when you're skating full speed and you're right there at the red line, sometimes the linesman and they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but she just intercepted that pass and was a good couple feet past not past the red line. So
the Saints had to keep their line out there. They are able to take control, and now they come in with some offensive speed. Here's Kelsel joining the attack. She flings it towards goal, and that was just able to be knocked away.
What a pass.
Knocked down by the traffic in front. Kelsel trying to fish it out. McDonald thinks she has it covered. Second attempt, she is able to smother her.
That was a great pass, Todd. Eyes in the back of your head with that one.
Found the right player, got it back out to the point. Saints were able to get a shot off. Unfortunately for them, there was traffic in front. Closing in on the halfway mark of the game. Saints holding on to a 1-goal lead. Here's Furbett. She's got a bomb. Deflected, score! Make that a 2-goal lead as it's 3-1. Everybody is surrounding Shelby Furbett. We'll see who they give credit to. And going through the celebration line first is Sarah Brooks, so she may have gotten the tip.
And that's just a great mid-level shot right there from the point. That's 2 now from the point where you have bodies in front, screening the goaltender, getting sticks, trying to deflect pucks, and that's what the bread and butter has been for Maryville tonight.
So Furbett took the blast. I believe they're going to give credit to Sarah Brooks on the deflection. That makes it 3-1. The goal comes at 9:55. Almost getting another one was Elle Rutherford, who is back out on the ice, so that's good to see. She was able to work out that leg injury as she went awkwardly into the boards in the first period. Another slap shot by Furbett. Oh. That one was almost rock skipper. So McDonald had to be careful with where that puck went.
Saints are letting it fly from the blue line tonight.
They've definitely taken a lot of shots here in the last couple games. And they did give that goal to Sarah Brooks. So Brooks with her second in as many games. Good start for her here in 2023. He's hoping that both goals come in winning fashion. Now here's Cooper. She gains the angle to the forehand. Shot was blocked by Drost and out of play.
That was a textbook breakout for Maryville. You get the initial chip, then the chip by the defense. And that's all about good puck support, being close to one another.
That was a timely block there for Drost. She got kind of turned around as a lefty. Had to put the stick out to her right-hand side to get a piece of it. Now here's Johnson. She fires towards goal. It comes back out in front very quickly. Saints will hold it in. Another time for McGowan. Tried to get it through the maze of bodies. Now the Lions are able to take advantage as they come into the offensive zone. Allhammer doing the slip and slide there as she got a piece of that puck. 8:35 to go here in the period. Saints get it out to center. Back in her own zone is Emma Gerwitz. Overskated the puck. McGowan picks it up off the wall. Reversed it behind the net. St. Louis popped that one up in the air. Almost came under the chin of Fuchs. Saints were on the wrong side of the red line, so we'll have another icing call with 8:02 to go.
You know, we were just talking about Lindenwood sort of battling their way back in terms of momentum and whatnot, and it seems like that only lasted a few shifts because Maryville, not only did they get a goal, but they've just been possessing the puck in the offensive zone for the majority of this period.
Yeah, and that's the kind of response any kind of coach is going to want. You have a few nervy moments after Lindenwood scored, but to your point, Marshy, they had a few good shifts immediately after that, so
and that's
they really
really
calm the nerves.
It's really all that it takes is one good shift, and then you continue to build on that. Each line goes out there and continues to build, and next thing you know, you put a goal in the back of the net, and that's exactly what happened with Maryville.
Using the reach, McBain gave it over. Fuchs got a piece of it. She had no clue where that puck went, but was able to keep that shot from getting in on target. Now everybody's jabbing at it along the blue line. The Saints getting some fresh defenders out there. As Toole was back playing defense. She and Kelsel seem to be a little bit interchangeable here in this game. We have seen Emily Toole play along the blue line when they've had some injury problems, so she's a little bit comfortable back there. But also good to see the forwards knowing to get back when the defender comes up into the attack. 6:47 to go in the second. 2-goal lead for the Saints. Neutral zone draw was taken by Lindenwood. If this crosses the end line, it will be icing. They're gonna wave it off right at the last moment, and then it went off the high glass and out of play with 6:35 to go in the middle frame.
We talked about consistency with this Maryville team, or I guess the lack thereof throughout the whole season. It seems like they've put that all away in this, at least for this weekend. They've looked great so far.
I almost kind of wonder if the part of the problem at the end of the first half of the year was you get the holidays coming up, and I understand that their last game was in early December, but still you start thinking about that kind of stuff. It almost seemed like they were just kind of ready to have a little break.
Yeah, get a little antsy.
This one's knocked down on the shot from Gerwitz.
And then also when you come back, though, you're excited to get back.
Yeah, I mean, especially you've had your time off, and then you get the practice time. You're sick of playing against each other. It's finally nice to have an actual opponent on the other side. But it can work both ways, as we saw in the Division I men's side. They got swept in the weekend series against Illinois State. Fortunately for the women, they've had much better success thus far. 5:20 to go in the period. Here comes Antonio on the near wing. Gets it to the edge of the circle and couldn't quite make her way in towards the hash marks, and the shot was blocked. Shatford was surrounded by 3 Maryville players, and Furbit's a little bit lucky that we don't play by NHL rules, otherwise that would be delaying game. I am curious as to what level they changed the rules. Obviously, I would think the professionals, even the AHL, probably have the delay of game, but I'm not sure if junior hockey has that rule or not. Here comes O'Leary. Gets to the forehand. Is able to work her way past the goaltender, but again ran out of room. I think McDonald got a little bit of a poke on that, but O'Leary still with 2 breakaways and really no shots.
Those are the ones that'll haunt you in your sleep. 2 breakaway opportunities. She's made 2 great moves, but maybe too many or ran out of time either way.
Dawson finds McGowan. She'll take a shot. That's knocked down by Shatford. Callhammer's calling for a change. Antonio trying to use her speed to gain the offensive end. Slows up just a bit. Leaves it for Harishko. She's got an angle. Big toe save made as Harishko tried to cut it back across the green.
And Antonio right there had the rebound. That was going to go in the back of the net. Elle Rutherford did a great job at tying her up in the slot.
So McGowan was able to muscle that one over towards the corner. Carter tried to spike one towards goal. Picked up behind the net by Kaylee Keller. St. Louis is there for Maryville, but she lost it along the wall as she went down. That one took an odd hop. Another pad save made by Cadrain. Maryville just bangs it down the ice, and they're going to call it off. It wasn't going to cross the line. Keller lifts one up to the blue line, filtered in by Cameron. Lindenwood has had a couple good looks on goal here. Poisson with a nice little soft settle. Johnson carries in around 3 defenders and made a stick save from the goaltender. Backhanded one towards goal, but Johnson wasn't able to get that one on target. Picked off the wall, and now nobody's in front. They get the shot off. Cadrain makes the save and holds on. That was a big defensive breakdown.
Yeah.
Somehow Lindenwood got it off the wall, and there were 2 players in black right in front.
They could have went back and forth right there with how much time they had skating in on Cadrain, and she makes a big stop right there. Her and Sawyer Duncan making some timely stops when needed this weekend.
Another toe save, the rebound chance, score! You can only leave a player open in front for so many times, and this time Kennedy Frank was able to cash in.
Yeah, the initial pad save, and you thought maybe she would have that as she did slide over and she got back into position, but right under the bar, and we got ourselves a 1-goal game. I almost blame myself, Todd, as the old broadcaster's jinx.
But as you pointed out, it did look like Cadrain got herself into good position to make the stop, but it was just a top-notch shot by Frank to put that one over the glove hand side. When you're that close to the net, the goaltender's got no reaction time. So Frank scores at 17-20, cuts it back to a 1-goal difference. We're going to stop it here with 2:15. The man with the stripes, the orange kind, put his arm up in the air, and it looks like Addison Cooper is going to go to the box.
And I wonder what is this for, goaltender interference or a high? Okay, a high stick. Well, that changes things, Todd, as we have ourselves a 1-goal game with 2:15 left to go here in the second period. This is interesting. If Lindenwood could capitalize, we'll be all knotted up heading into the second intermission, which is not what I was expecting to see about 10 minutes ago. It seemed like Maryville had this all under control for the most part.
Well, we were talking about it earlier, Marshy, how you can see momentum swing if given the power play chance. Now that would really change the momentum in favor of Lindenwood. They've been coming their last few shifts as this one goes off the lower portion of the goal. Hit that metal part right where the white padding is. Cross-ice pass found nobody. Antonio picks it up. Drost at the point. Tried to get it down low. Frank, instead of trying to settle that one off the wall, deflected it towards goal. Saints cannot get to it, though. Shatford keeps it alive. Harishko was in the slot, but the pass kind of handcuffed her, and she whiffed on it. So that's fortunate for Maryville, as that cleared the puck out. O'Leary putting on a little bit of pressure. O'Brien comes over as well. Dragged across the blue line by Bilton. She was almost intercepted along the wall. Now a chance for the Lions to set it up. Under a minute to go in the power play. Saints get it in the high slot. Kelsel stick handling too much. Saints need to get it out. Second attempt, they're able to get it up the ice, and now it's a one-on-one battle. Here comes O'Leary through the wickets of the defender. She's able to get it towards the goal, and again, McDonald for the third time thwarts O'Leary with a poke check.
You got to think she's going to get one tonight.
Skates And in towards the goal. Cadrain covers it up with 32 seconds left on the power play and 47.5 seconds left in the period. So kind of an up and down penalty kill thus far for the Saints, as Lindenwood had about 45 seconds or so that they really controlled the puck pretty well. And then the Saints were able to spring a one-on-one attack. O'Leary was able to get it through the legs of the defender, but once again just got it a little too close to the goaltender. But still about half a minute left for Lindenwood to try to tie this one up. Glove save made, is scooping it off the ground. Cadrain not allowing Frank to get the tying goal, which would have been her hat trick. Lions tried to get a late change there. Referee didn't allow it. Drost gets it off the draw. Far side to Shatford. She has to settle it down. She's going to take the slap shot and another glove save. So Cooper's on her feet. She's still got to wait another 18 seconds to try to come out of the box.
And looked for that stretch pass.
Saints are able to clear it off the draw, and that's a big face-off win. McDonald almost gave it away. Drost using her strength to keep Rutherford away from the puck. 4 seconds left in the power play. Well, saucer pass, and now they're going to get away with it, even though it was deflected on the way through. Shot wide, Shatford looking for her own rebound. Now the Saints can push it forward, and instead they give it away. Johnson pushes her opponent, I believe that was Harishko, into the boards. Perhaps a little bit fortunate that she didn't get called on that one, but the Saints hold on, and they've still got a 1-goal lead after 40 minutes. We'll step aside for your second intermission. We'll have your third period coming up in just a little bit. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, treat you right for 70. L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see.
There's two types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment, and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon, and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer, and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
Red Brick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Red Brick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Red Brick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
This is the letter I've been telling you about.
This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. What I'm about to say is important. Never let them call you the next Tom Brady. When they compare you to the GOATs, tune it out. When they say you're a 6th round draft pick, store it away. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who goes all in, all out, and has the crazy confidence to know that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. This letter's for that you, the one no one will see coming. Sincerely, Tom.
About your dreams, man.
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extraordinary lengths to help our clients reach their unique financial goals. Whether launching a business, providing retirement planning for employees, or building a multi-generational legacy. At Moneta, whatever you cherish, we help protect it. Today, tomorrow, and into the future.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, treat you right for 70. L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we treat you right, you'll see.
There's two types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
Frederick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
This is the letter I've been telling you about. This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. What I'm about to say is important. Never let them call you the next Tom Brady. When they compare you to the GOATs, tune it out. When they say you're a 6th round draft pick, store it away. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who goes all in, all out, and has the crazy confidence to know that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. This letter's for that you, the one no one will see coming. Sincerely, Tom.
What about your dreams, man?
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extraordinary lengths to help our clients reach their unique financial goals. Whether launching a business, providing retirement planning for employees, or building a multi-generational legacy. At Moneta, whatever you cherish, we help protect it today, tomorrow, and into the future.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used, and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, treat you right for 70. L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, every treat you right you'll see.
There's two types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
Red Brick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Red Brick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Red Brick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
This is the letter I've been telling you about. This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. What I'm about to say is important. Never let them call you the next Tom Brady. When they compare you to the GOATs, tune it out. When they say you're a 6th round draft pick, store it away. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who goes all in, all out, and has the crazy confidence to know that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. This letter's for that you, the one no one will see coming. Sincerely, Tom.
About your dreams, man.
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extraordinary lengths to help our clients reach their unique financial goals. Whether launching a business, providing retirement planning for employees, or building a multi-generational legacy. At Moneta, whatever you cherish, we help protect it today, tomorrow, and into the future.
Back underway at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Third period action between Lindenwood and Maryville as the Saints are holding on to a 3-2 lead. Saints had a 2-0 lead after two. 3 goals were scored in the second period as that one just whistles wide. Obviously 2 of them were for Lindenwood. Kennedy Frank, one of the captains of the Lions, doing her best to try to keep her team in this one. Icing is the call here, 19:23 to go.
So the first 2 periods, Maryville off to quick starts, showing a lot of energy. We'll see if that continues to be the trend here in the third period as they lead by 1. Maybe it starts right here with this offensive zone faceoff.
Saints have been good on the draws in this weekend series. Lindenwood has had a little bit better of the draws in this game, but overall Maryville's had a good look at it as Brooks chopped one towards goal. That one was stopped by McDonald. Served in behind the goal, left there by Cadrain. Gerwitz up to Brooks. Tried to ramp the pass over to Poisson. It ended up getting close to its target, but Lindenwood was solid along the blue line. Poisson was kind of turned around, and Gerwitz didn't see that her stick wasn't on the ice, so that leads to an icing call against the Saints.
Yeah, as I was talking about that offensive zone faceoff, we saw the Saints have the puck down low, try and feed one out front, got a shot on.
Long shot from the right side was blocked in front as Drost took a slapper. O'Brien's lost a twig. Almost had her opponent in a bear hug there. Did just enough to not draw the penalty. Now Frank's got 2 Maryville players tied up. No call on that either. So the referee just kind of letting things go here in the third. Furbit flips this one in. Saints are able to get a stick to it. It ends up bounding back out in front. McDonald couldn't settle it down. It got too close to the toe. That always makes it hard for a goaltender to reach out and cover up.
It looked like it took a late bounce too.
A little bit skipped over towards that right pad instead of, I think McDonald thought it was going to be right in the midsection. Saints trying to take advantage here as Lindenwood is doing a little bit of a line change. Furbit carries all the way around. She's going to try to cut it back through to the middle. Ran out of space, so she goes down in a heap. Brennan tried to step up. Fuchs guides it in, but that's going to be an icing call with 17:24 to go. Saints are going to change up their defenders. They leave the forward line of Callhammer, Brennan, and St. Louis out there. Shots are 21-17 in favor of Maryville. So both teams have had some looks. This one hops up into the Lindenwood bench. Out of play. Clock stops with 17:15. Shatford was able to just keep that away from Callhammer. Callhammer comes back into her own zone to claim it. That one stuck awkwardly along the wall. Callhammer wasn't able to take it away. Antonio gathers it and flips it into the corner. Brennan takes it across the blue line, skates over the red as well, and now in on the attack. Drops it for Callhammer. She was stood up. Shatford got in her way again. Antonio all the way back. Awkward backhand pass, easily picked off. Dawson didn't have too much in the way of ice in front, so has to just guide it into the zone. Now McDonald got it caught up in between the pads. Maryville trying to take advantage of it. They bounce it back to Kelsel. Her shot was deflected just wide. Johnson trying to get the defense scrambling. Her shot was turned away. McDonald got the pad sealed. Drost cannot clear. Second attempt gets it out. And now Antonio will just push it in. Line change now for the Lions. Pops over to the far side, and it's chopped down the ice by Poisson. This one is going to have enough for icing, but they're going to wave it off. Gerwitz with it at her own line. Good pass up the left wing. O'Brien puts one towards goal. And McDonald's looked a little bit out of sorts here in this third period. He's able to keep that away, though. Argyropoulos couldn't get her skates settled. That allowed Lindenwood to take control of the puck momentarily. Closing in on 5 minutes played. Lions get it out. Gerwitz all the way back. Almost gave it away, and that wouldn't have been the player you wanted to give it to, as Frank has been red hot. Teague in behind her own goal. Rutherford on the forecheck. Gets a piece of it. Tied up in the corner. And again, the Saints doing a good job with the pressure. They can't get possession, but they're at least keeping Lindenwood on their heels. Fanning on the clearance again. Now a backhand chance just slipped away. It was right there for Emily Toole. She couldn't keep it on the tape. Toole with another opportunity. Skates over to the circle, looking for Brennan in the middle, but it was too far behind. Knocked out of midair by Johnson. They're going to say it was a high stick. I thought initially they were going to let it go since they didn't blow the whistle, but I guess they said she didn't have possession.
Maryville's doing a great job at causing disruption in the offensive zone, not allowing Lindenwood to really get comfortable exiting the zone. Lindenwood making a ton of mistakes here in the third period. Lots of turnovers, and Maryville going the opposite way, and they're hemming them in their own zone.
And the Lions looking a little antsy. Maryville's done a good job thus far. All it takes is one, and here's one that can give it to you. Antonio through the splits of the defender. She's going to guide her all the way in. Referee's got her arm up in the air. Or his arm up in the air, I should say. 13:55 to go as the puck was covered by Cadrain.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what the call is here. As Antonio was driving the net. Or could it be an interference? She was tangled up while driving the net, pushing the puck. No, okay, so she's got a cross check. And that's big for Maryville because Antonio's been one of the better players for Lindenwood this weekend.
So Loki Antonio into the sin bin for the next 2 minutes. Saints are already 1 for 1 on the power play. They'd love to get that 2-goal cushion restored. They'll have to bring it all the way back into the zone as the Lions were able to chop it all the way down. That'll kill off a good 20 seconds or so on this power play by the time Maryville gets it back up. Good stretch pass, finds Poisson. Now it's a 2-on-1. Poisson takes the shot, and it's gobbled up by McDonald. That one's a little bit surprising as there was a clear passing lane open for El Rutherford, but Poisson tried to go for it herself. Just got a little too much underneath it. 1:35 left in the power play. Saints gather it in the near side corner. Straightaway point to Gerwitz, to Johnson. She walks the line, saucer pass to Poisson. Gerwitz again, and that's blocked out. Ooh, it does stay in play. Looked like it was headed for the netting, and it took a dip. So both teams will send out fresh players. Saints still have 70 seconds left on the power play. A little bit less now as they gave it away briefly. O'Brien taps the rolling puck over to the far wing. A centering feed does find O'Brien on the return pass. She crosses the line on the attack. Drops it off. Brooks went to the blocker side and a good save made. Solid hold in by Dawson, but nobody was in the corner. Saints do get a stick to it. Now here's O'Leary hitting it down low. They feed it out in front, and it's deflected away. Slap shot by St. Louis is wide. O'Leary picks up the loose one. 30 seconds left in the power play. Dawson walks the line. Near side circle, St. Louis. To O'Brien on the goal line. She tries to stuff it in. It's loose on the far side. O'Leary keeps it alive. St. Louis on the near circle. It's 4-on-4 as the Saints had to get O'Brien off the ice. Seemed to have some sort of equipment malfunction. Now quick shot in from Gerwitz. That's swatted away. O'Leary pops it back towards goal, but not enough on it. McDonald covers.
I think overall, that was a pretty good power play. You had a lot of looks from the point. Of course, you had the 2-on-1. Obviously not the result that you end up wanting, but you kill some time off the clock and Like I said, he got a few looks on that power play.
That shot to the blocker's side had a really good angle on it. McDonald was able to stab it away with the waffle board. Now here's Toole, and another save made. Rutherford trying to scrape it back out in front. Johnson with a backhand. That's turned away. Rutherford gets it again. Now it's Brennan. Back to Rutherford. All the way back towards the blue line. Saints were able to push it down low. Gerwitz with a good shot from the blue line. Rebound chance. McDonald turned them both off. Johnson comes in with the physicality. Brennan joins the fray. Both teams with 2 players in there. Again, the referee barking orders. They haven't dug it off the wall yet, but he's got his arms at his side. Brennan finds the loose puck. Frank tried to saucer that one out. Goes off a couple skates, and finally Lindenwood clears. They desperately needed some fresh players out there. Hot pass up the near side wall, ends up filtering through to Callhammer. St. Louis stepped up toward on the wall, but the Lions were able to regather. Back and forth it goes. Saints trying to keep it in the offensive end. 10:20 left to go here in the third.
Whew. It's a risky pass.
Left down by Carter. Up the wall. That door is open. They were trying to complete a line change. Now it's given away once again to Carter. She slaps it towards goal. It's going to go wide. We've reached the halfway mark of the period. Saints still holding on to a 1-goal lead. Antonio on the outside hash marks. Takes it all the way back. Haurishko from the goal line. Out in front. Sticked away by the goaltender. 2 players able to pilfer that one away. Here's Haurishko to the backhand. She's hauled down. A big pad save. A scramble in front. Drost puts it up high but wide. Callhammer comes back. Stretch pass. That one just bounded away from the stick of St. Louis, but she got enough on it to avoid an icing call. This one's going to miss everybody, and it's an icing call with 9:22 to go. Whew. Nervy moments for Saints fans.
No kidding.
The Lions were coming on that shift.
And Drost had a massive opportunity to tie this one up and just missed the net. So, sometimes you got to be good, sometimes you got to be lucky.
That puck almost settled down for Addison Cooper. He was trying to swat it in with the backhand, but it just snuck past her. Gerwitz holds it in along the line, puts it in behind the net. Cooper will get there, had her pocket picked. McGowan sends it back around. Centering pass, and they were looking for O'Leary. Once again, she was denied in close to the net. They get a whistle. Looks like it's going to be an icing against Maryville. So you got to wonder now, how many chances is that for O'Leary that haven't even been credited as shots, but would still be pretty good scoring opportunities?
I still believe that she's going to come out of this game with a goal. It's just one of those things where you work the entire game, and you end up getting one where it's going to be one that is just right around the crease, and you just whack at it and it goes in. It's not the highlight reel goal that you could have had, or the breakaway goal that you could have had, but it's the one that ends up being the difference maker in a game. And there's still a lot of time left. 8:44. It's still a 1-goal game, so you never know what could happen here late in this third period.
The Saints would like anybody to get that goal to give them a little bit of a cushion here, as this one's popped up into the Maryville bench. Coach Lang saying that it should come in neutral zone, but he's not going to win that battle. 8:35 left. Pretty good crowd on hand here for a late night matchup between the Lions and the Saints. A little bit past 10:30 local time.
Past your bedtime, Todd?
Perhaps.
It's past Chuck's bedtime. That's why he's not with us on the broadcast tonight.
He gets up super early. Now here's a giveaway. Now Brooks to the forehand, shoots, and a glove save made. McDonald smothers it. Now, the game time isn't necessarily past my bedtime. Now, by the time I get home, it probably will be.
Yes.
We're not like you youngins staying up till 3 in the morning.
What? I don't do that. Unless I'm watching a good movie.
Let's see, we don't have Chuck here to just give us random movie trivia.
Yeah. Or actually, more so, not a movie, a
random character.
A TV show.
Right.
Those are the ones that really keep you up when you're binge watching stuff.
Saints are doing a good job once again to keep the Lions about as far away from their target as possible. Loose along the side of the net. Saints have it. Dropping it to Furbett on the near point. She takes the shooting lane. Deflected nicely on goal by St. Louis. Pad save was made. Furbett with a slap shot. Nobody in front, though, so McDonald saw it all the way.
Saints are doing a great job when they do have that initial shot on net, and McDonald makes the stop. Puck goes into the corner. They're winning those battles to the boards, and it's allowing them to maintain possession in the O-zone and really just kill clock at this point. It almost seemed like they were playing keep away in the offensive zone in that last sequence.
Lions have it back in their own zone. Saints on the defensive end for the first time in about a minute of game time. Seems like longer than that for real time. Lions trying to scrape it off the boards. They push it back out towards the blue line, but now the Saints have it with some speed in behind O'Leary. Oh, he does a nice little move back to the forehand, then the shot was blocked again. Trickling over here to the near boards. McGowan slams it off the wall. Cooper pops it up towards the blue line, and Johnson was in offside. 6:13 to go. Saints with a 1-goal lead.
Just got to keep up that pace. Keep moving the puck forward. And establish possession in the offensive zone. Just do your best to keep Lindenwood from being in your own zone, like you said.
So Matty Johnson tried to serve it across to the near circle. Brooks was there, but too many sticks in front. Delayed offside. Saints touch up. Lions have it. Stretch pass intercepted. Dawson got a piece of it. Chopping at it right along the boards. Referee not allowing them to free it up this time as they'll stop with 5:43 to go.
I'd almost rather see the Saints go D to D there, hold possession of the puck, wait till the wingers get out of the zone, gain the red line, and then dump it in and get right back in on the forecheck.
Goaltender left it in behind the net. Just slowed it up for Dawson to take control. Now they stretch it out to Toole, but it goes off of her stick and into the near side. She's smushed up against the board. Centering pass. Rutherford was there. She couldn't get the shot off. Her stick was held down. Keller can't clear the zone as the Saints once again doing a good job to hold it in. Rutherford goes down hard once again. Saints with numbers in front. That dries up as T got into position. McGowan at the blue line. She'll take a shot. That's off of a Lindenwood skate back in front. Maryville wasn't able to capitalize. It's going to be, the referee.
He wanted to call it.
He had the whistle to his mouth and then never put his arm up in the air. Here's Teague taking on all comers. She's going to charge away all the way towards goal. She scores!
Wow.
And I was worried about that because McDonald didn't look settled against the post. Teague is able to take advantage, and now we've got a tie game.
That is incredible. The referee was, he was 2 seconds away from making that call. That does not happen if he makes that call. So either make the call and don't hesitate, or don't do anything. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a weird reaction from the referee because the whistle went immediately to his mouth, but he never put the opposite arm up. And Lindenwood comes back down. They take advantage of it, and that's what you've got to do if the referee's not going to call something. Keep playing. So now we've got a tie game. Teague scores at 15-27. That's her second goal in as many games. And now if you're Maryville, you've got to push the reset button. You've had a 2-goal lead go by the wayside. Now all of a sudden it's all tied up. Antonio with it, right near the red line. They try to thread the needle to Frank. Carter gets a piece of it back at center ice. Almost lost control of it. The Saints trying to gather themselves here with 3:30 to go in regulation. St. Louis picks it up off the boards, and now here's the giveaway. Shot on, and that one troubled Cadrain. She was able to get a piece of it.
This game is all about bounces. One bounce, Maryville has a 2-on-0. Another bounce that could have went in the back of the net.
Carter's all the way back in behind her own net. Fires one over here to the near side. Saints trying to take it away. And now there's a miscue, and that's going to lead to Carter in on the break. She keeps it on the forehand and just takes a shot. And Cadrain made the pad stop. Not a single move made, but a little bit understandable as Mackenzie Cameron is mostly a defender. And that was right there at the fingertips for Lindenwood.
Regardless, that was a big save that needed to be made. And, that's no easy thing to do when you have someone coming in. I almost thought that she would keep it on her forehand and fake it and stay on the forehand. Because as a goalie, you're almost expecting a player to come in and stick handle once or twice.
As you said, a good look at goal. Cadrain just kind of outweighted her. Didn't go down too quick. Here's St. Louis, 1-on-3. Johnson coming in a little bit late, as is Brooks. But cutting off the play was Ava Bilton. Now Drost skates it up to the red line. Lost it. Poisson carries in, again all by herself. 1-on-4. Trying to outwork everybody, serving it all the way back out. Dawson with a slap shot, deflected wide. Bob pass out to center. Antonio almost lost the edge. Cooper was right there, trying to give her the business, but Lindenwood has grabbed the momentum here. They've got a little more pep in their step. Loose along the side of the goal. McGowan was able to keep that puck away, and it trickles just to the near side. On the back check, O'Leary took a little bit of a hand to the back of the head. Now the Saints trying to head up ice. Here comes Cooper. O'Leary joins her in the attacking zone. Loose along the near side corner. Shatford able to body off O'Leary. Slap down the ice. And Gerwitz had to come back to it as Toole was afraid to play that puck, as the player she was coming onto the ice for was still on the ice. Lions tried to go up the middle. There wasn't too much room. 50 seconds left in the third. Toole got a piece of Bilton and the puck, but not enough for either one to keep that from going in behind the net. Stretch pass. Johnson tapped it for Brennan, and she tried to get it through the seam to Toole. Everybody whacking at the puck. Nobody wants to make that mistake that's going to give up the game winner here late. Saints come into the offensive zone. Brennan from the hash marks takes a shot. Paddled away. Maryville wants to get it back out in front. It's pushed over to the far wall. 10 seconds left. Maryville has it, or excuse me, Lindenwood has it. Now they've got another break for Cameron. Getting a piece of that one was McGowan. And that will do it. 60 minutes have been played, and we didn't decide a winner.
It was a hard-fought third period. It's just the way that hockey works, Todd. You get a referee that doesn't make a call, even though you thought maybe he would, and then 10 seconds later, they go down and score. I mean, but you know what? You have to respond to that. You can't blame the refs for anything, and maybe they're not even doing that. Maybe it's me that's blaming the ref. This what-if game, right? But we got a tie game, and you have overtime to settle this, some extra hockey here on a Saturday night. Can't get any better than that. So let's see what this team can do. Let's see if they can come out with a sweep this weekend against Lindenwood.
And it's kind of one of those plays to where, having been an official in a different sport, I kind of understand it. You don't like to make a call that late in the game that you think might swing things. But then the non-call clearly swings it back the other way.
Sure.
So you're kind of in a no-win scenario.
It's one of those things where I understand why he didn't want to make the call, because there's 4 minutes left in the game. You give Lindenwood a penalty. Now they only have 2 minutes or so to work with, and I don't know. That's the tough thing about being a ref, is making the calls and when to make those calls. But here we go. We're in overtime.
Saints come in 3-on-3, 5 minutes up on the clock to start the overtime. Now there's 4:45. Fans wanted another penalty call. They're not going to get that one. Johnson from the near side half wall to the far circle. Poisson with the shot. That didn't get through. Now Antonio's got control of the puck. Saints trying to get a quick line change. They need to get back. Now a player in front. They shoot. Big save made by Cadrain, and then the net is dislodged by Drost. I would assume that the face-off would come out of the zone as nobody pushed her in.
Oh, that's a tough break. Saints had numbers going the other way and a potential breakaway. Little pass right off the boards. You go in all alone with a chance to win the game. That's a tough break for the Saints.
And I'll admit, I looked away. I was following the puck. I do kind of wonder if Drost gave a little bit of an extra nudge to the net.
We'll never know, but if she did, it's a smart move.
Because I think if that net is just barely nudged off, the referees allow that play to transpire. But
For sure.
Instead, it was a good couple feet off the moorings. Saints have it at their own blue line. Dangerous pass up through the middle. They're going to get away with it. Now here's Rutherford from the near side. Almost forgets about the puck. Tries to tuck it in. She outweighted the goaltender, but the puck slipped away. Now Rutherford stepped up. She is knocked off the puck, and now it's a 3-on-1 the other direction. T goes for the winner right into the body of the goaltender. It's loose out in front. Cadrain dives out and covers that one up.
Whew.
So this, I will not pretend to be a fan of it myself, but this is why fans like 3-on-3 hockey.
I was just about to say, I didn't want to get into the whole 3-on-3 because some people don't like it and whatnot, but this is entertaining. Like, here we go.
Now it's jab loose. Here's O'Leary. Could she prove your prognostication right? And no.
That's got to be a penalty shot.
There will not be a penalty shot. There will not be a penalty. 3:30 left in overtime.
One, that's got to be a penalty, if anything. That's a blatant slash. 2, it's got to be a penalty shot, just so we can prove my theory right, Todd.
So the referee's basically put the whistle in his pocket. Now a one-time chance for Poisson. She's knocked down. Still in the crease, finally gets up. Johnson to Poisson on the circle. Peels back, trying to get it on the forehand. Goes through our off wing. Drost is on her, but Poisson has the angle. Drost is looking around like she was getting held.
This referee put that whistle up to his mouth 4 minutes left in the third and forgot how to make calls.
Now Gerwitz stepped up, didn't get the puck. The shot in, and another save made by Cadrain. 2:45 to go in overtime. Here comes Brooks. Charges it in against Frank. Brooks slows it up, puts it into the middle, gave it away. A good battle there initially by Brennan, but still didn't come up with it. Frank puts it across the ice. The shot on. Cadrain made the save, couldn't hold on. Gerwitz chops at it, loose out in front. Teague looking for the game winner, put it up high. Frank from the near circle, slowly around. Brennan knocked it away from Teague, but only for a moment. Second opportunity, still on Teague's stick. Frank takes it along the half wall. They lift her stick, and now here comes Brennan. She's got a little bit of an edge. Brennan was thwarted by the back check. Got it on goal, but McDonald easily covers.
Whew. Cadrain's made some huge saves in this overtime. Obviously, all game she's made some big saves, but this overtime, talking about 2-on-1s, breakaways, she's come up big for Maryville, keeping them alive in this one.
1:54 to go in overtime. Saints trying to win the draw. It was swept by Rutherford over to the far side, but nobody over there for Maryville. Another step up by Maryville, this time by Rutherford to dislodge that puck. Toole carries in on the near side, charged it 2 defenders, and then pushed it into the corner. Rutherford able to dig it out, trying to get a little bit of space. Finds Dawson at the point, avoids the poke check, gets it back towards the forehand. Now she's going to shoot, and it's off the pad. Rutherford, again, just always present. Now it's off a skate, a chance to win it, and it's put wide. Callhammer just couldn't get a clean look at it. Final minute of play here in overtime. St. Louis with the puck. Lions with some fresh players. St. Louis is going to try to go up the wing. Instead, leaves it over at the center. Johnson kicks it, skate to stick. Drags it all the way around. Wrap around attempt, no. And put into the mixer, but St. Louis was twisted around. 35 seconds left. Callhammer to St. Louis. Trying to drive back out in front. Played it off the goaltender. Lindenwood trying to get their last push up the ice. Antonio comes up a little bit more purposefully than we normally see her, as she's got some speed. Maryville completes a line change. Antonio comes right up the middle, drives over to the far circle, and then is ridden down by Gerwitz. Antonio went down on the ice right as Gerwitz was trying to knock it around her. Backhand chance denied. 1 second left, and that'll do it. Nothing decided in overtime. 3-3 is the final after all the regulation play. Maryville's coming out of the bench. So I always have to wait and see what they decide, because it seems like they kind of make it up game to game as whether they're going to have the shootout or not.
Oh, Todd, this is a game where you wish you would have saw somebody win. I'm not a big fan of ties by any means. Someone deserved to win this game tonight. This was a very entertaining game, a lot of back and forth. Maryville had the lead. Lindenwood able to claw their way back in, inch by inch. And unfortunately, as a hockey fan, we get a tie. But congrats to both of these teams. They two teams that played a heck of a game tonight. This was a fun one to be a part of.
So Maryville drops to 7-9-3. They are 4-2-2 here on home ice. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll give you our final thoughts on this one. It's a 3-3 tie here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. This is Maryville Saints Hockey.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 25% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online. Hello, America. This is
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center. Todd Panula alongside Andrew Marsh. Once again, the final here. A little bit of a disappointing result for both teams, a 3-3 tie. They battled back and forth all weekend. Maryville was able to get the win yesterday. They were able to outlast Lindenwood. Not quite as much here tonight, as there was a late goal at 15:27 of the third period by Teague of Lindenwood. That would tie it up. And a lot of chances. It wasn't for lack of trying in overtime, but neither side was able to get that defining goal.
It was exciting to watch. That was one of the more entertaining overtimes that I've seen in quite some time. But it seemed like there was a lot of calls that weren't being made. I get it. I get it. You don't want to be the deciding factor of what happens, especially in overtime, right? You don't want to make that call. But there was a few calls that I thought on both sides, that could have been made. That weren't, and at the end of the day, we don't get a winner here, which is frustrating as a sports fan, but nevertheless, it was a very fun game, like I said, to be a part of, and back and forth. That's what you like to see out of a hockey game.
So obviously, Maryville will be disappointed with the overall result, not getting a win in both games, but offensively, they got some goals.
Yeah.
You get your offense rolling here in 2023. Defensively, they were pretty good. I mean, coach will find something wrong a little bit, but they kept most of the chances away, and your goaltenders overall had a pretty good game as well.
They really did. The goaltenders were phenomenal this weekend, making big-time stops. And it's one thing when you're a goalie and, you let up 3 goals, okay. But it's about the timely saves. You want to have the timely saves that keeps your team in the game or in the lead, and we saw a lot of that this weekend because if you're not making those saves, who knows what the score could have been.
So Lindenwood ends up coming back. They tie this one up 3-3. They end up, for lack of a better term, kind of splitting the weekend. Maryville gets the win yesterday. A tie here tonight.
It feels like a loss,
right? Yeah,
exactly. A tie. I feel like we lost. You know what I'm saying?
Especially Maryville having the lead for the majority of the game. You get the first goal again.
I guess it depends on what what position you're coming from. So Lindenwood, obviously it's not a win, but it feels probably to them like they salvaged that game because they didn't end up losing, right? So Maryville, they had the lead, 4 minutes left to go, and they couldn't get the job done. So it's all about perspective, Todd.
So the Saints, a decent job on home ice. They'll head off onto the road. Their next game will be January 13th at Aquinas College, and then they'll play at Grand Valley State the time after that. Our next broadcast will be Thursday, January 19th, as Liberty will come to town. So obviously a big-time program there, and that's going to be a huge test for this Maryville program.
Yeah, one could say it would be a litmus test for
You guys always have to throw that back at me. So our next broadcast will be on January 19th. That's a Thursday game. The puck will drop at 8:15 p.m., so we hope that you will join us then. For Eric Skelton making us look good behind the scenes, he's Adam, don't call me Andrew Marsh. Reverse that, same thing. I'm Todd Panula. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great weekend.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network thanks you for watching this presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.